through that learning and storytelling, uh, up to age 7 is really important because that child is watching uh, everything that the parents or the grandparents, the teachers, everybody that comes into their life, everything that they see. And it actually starts in the womb. That baby understands the mother's voice. You know, the father could read stories or tell stories to that baby, and, you know, even singing songs, reading, anything like that. And that baby will, when it comes out, it will have understandings already. We're working on essential understandings. Well, that baby's already going to be ahead of the game because it already understands, knows a lot of different things because it's coming from Gishimanitu. It's a gift. And that is one of the greatest gifts that you can have, is the ability to give life. And that is one of the women's roles, is that giving life. And then you have the grandmothers that become the backbone of the families, and they have a lot of reverence, and because I can remember with even, you know, growing up, you know, Dad had a lot of say at home, but if Mom wasn't happy about something, then everything stopped until Mom was happy about things, the way things would be, and then life could get back on to normal. Because her name was Two Thunders Coming, and she had a lot of she just would take the time to listen, just like Dad would. They were both really good about listening and hearing what you had to say, even it was a big whopper that you were telling at the time, but they always had that. And I just remember the elders themselves, they always had a lot of time and a lot of stories, and every story taught a lesson. And back in times of old, you know, things were written on rock until eventually it was written on birch bark scrolls for the Anishinaabe, the Ojibwe people. That's how our stuff continued to be passed through the generations. And now we do winter count, you know, we have it on animal hides and different things like that, but it's a way of passing on. I just came from a camp, you know, and thinking about learning and storytelling. I remember the elder Francis Cree. I asked his daughter, Brenda. I said, Brenda, what did Grandpa say about the culture? And she said that to be ready, there's going to be a huge change. So in thinking about that, while we were at that camp, we did moccasin games with the youth, 7 to 10-year-olds, and we also played hand games with them. And I told them traditionally the moccasin games are played by men, but how else are they going to know their games that their people played unless they get to experience them themselves? But to have that understanding, traditionally men play this. When you go to Boys of Ain, you're going to see Ojibwe, Cree, Dakota, Lakota elders, males playing those games. But I wanted the youth to experience that. But to have that understanding that yes, you know, males play this, but to know, and they just had a lot of fun. They enjoyed it. So that's part of that Manad and Moin, that respect, you know, to understand a piece of their history, and so that's just short part of the learning and storytelling. Learning that moccasin games does come from your peoples, but it's also the men play it. So.